A long time ago, in a village nestled between rolling hills and vast green forest, there flowed a mighty river, Omu, the lifeblood of the people. The river never ran dry, never slowed its course, and the villagers worshipped it as a sacred gift from the gods. Women fetched water in large clay pots, children splashed in its cool embrace, and the farmers relied on its gentle flow to keep their crops lush and bountiful. But one fateful season, the river began to shrink. At first, the villagers ignored it, thinking it was only the work of the sun. But the days passed, and the water grew lower and lower until all that remained was a murky, lifeless stream. The fish disappeared, the crops withered, and the people, once full of joy, whispered in fear. Nneka, a young girl with a heart as bright as the morning sun, watched her mother scoop a handful of muddy water into a pot. Her hands trembled. "Mama," Nneka asked, her voice soft yet urgent, "why is the river disappearing?" Her mother sighed, her face lined with worry. "The gods must be angry. But no one knows why." That night, as the village lay in restless silence, Nneka had a dream. A radiant woman, her hair flowing like water, stood before her. She glowed with an unearthly light, her voice as smooth as the river's song. "Nneka," the woman whispered, "your people have broken an ancient promise. Only you can restore balance." The girl's breath caught in her throat. Who are you?" "I am the spirit of the river," the goddess said. "Come to the heart of the waters, and face the trials. Only then will the river flow again." With a gasp, Nneka awoke. The room was dark, but the dream felt more real than anything she had ever known. The next morning, as the village elders gathered to discuss their misfortune, Nneka stood tall. "I will go," she declared. "I will find the heart of the river and bring back its life." The villagers gasped. No one dared to venture deep into the riverbed. The story spoke of spirits, monsters, and endless darkness. But Nneka was determined. With nothing but her courage and a necklace her late father had given her, she stepped into the dry riverbed. The mud clung to her feet as she walked deeper into the unknown. Suddenly, the ground beneath her rippled like liquid, and from the shallow waters, a fish as bright as silver leaped into the air. But this was no ordinary fish, it had eyes that gleamed with wisdom, and when it spoke, its voice was deep and knowing. "Turn back, child," the fish warned. "Only the worthy may pass." "I must save my people," Nneka said bravely. "Please, let me through." The fish studied her, then spoke in riddles. "I have no mouth, yet I speak. I touch without hands, yet I heal. What am I?" Nneka furrowed her brow. She had always loved riddles, and this one felt familiar. She thought of the wind, the sun, and then she understood. "Water," she whispered. "The answer is water." The fish nodded, pleased, and in an instant, the riverbed shimmered. A hidden path revealed itself, leading deeper into the heart of the river. With newfound determination, Nneka pressed on. Soon, she reached a wooden canoe, old yet untouched by time. A whisper echoed through the air. "Row with courage, but beware, not all waves are real." As soon as she set foot in the boat, the waters churned violently. The sky darkened, and thunder rumbled. The river roared with fury, waves crashing against her. Nneka gripped the sides, her heart pounding. She remembered the whisper. Not all waves are real. Closing her eyes, she took a deep breath and let go of her fear. The boat rocked, and then, silence. When she opened her eyes, she had arrived. Before her stood the waterfall of the gods, glowing with an ethereal light. And there, in its cascading waters, rose the river goddess. "Nneka," the goddess spoke, her voice filled with power. "You have shown wisdom and courage. But one test remains. To restore the river, you must offer something truly precious. Nneka looked down at the only treasure she had left, the necklace her father had given her before he passed. Her heart ached. Tears welled in her eyes, but she unclasped it, holding it tight one last time. "If this is what it takes to save my people, then I give it to you." She dropped the necklace into the water. A deep rumble filled the air, the ground trembled, and the river came to life. Water surged forth, strong and endless, filling the dry land, rushing back to the village. The drought was over. The river had returned. When Nneka stepped back onto the land, the villagers ran to greet her. They rejoiced, danced, and sang praises of the brave girl who had saved them all. The elders gathered around her, their eyes filled with gratitude. "You have done what no one else dared to do," they said. "Your name will never be forgotten." And so, the river Omu flowed once more, carrying with it the legend of Nneka, the girl who faced the goddess and brought life back to her people. But if you listen closely, in the whispers of the river, you might still hear the voice of the goddess, reminding all who listen, true strength is found in the heart that gives, not the hands that take.